Hello friends, welcome to my channel Simple Gardening. Today in this video we will be discussing on how to grow spinach and amaranthus in containers. These plants can be grown very easily. In a very less time we can harvest the vegetable. So now let's see how to grow spinach in container. Spinach is one of the most healthiest green leaf vegetable and it can be grown in any container, and the minimum depth of the container should be an at least of 5 to 6 inch depth, and the diameter can be whatever the size. It's starting from 3 inch till 16 inch or 18 inch, whatever the size, you can grow it very well. I had used potting soil which has been prepared at home. It contains vermicompost, coco peat, perlite, vermiculite, and as an extra nutrient availability, I have applied a handful of neem cake. Basically, neem cake is very rich in nitrogen, and most of the green leaf vegetables are being grown with a economical product of leaf. So nitrogen is the most vital nutrient for that. So I had taken a handful of neem cake powder and I have just dispersed all over the pot, which I am going to sow the seed and incorporate it well into the 1 or 2 inches of the soil. As the neem cake is organic, it doesn't have any negative impact on the newly germinated seed. Whatever the seed is, it will not affect the health of the seed. Moreover, this neem cake acts as a pesticide also, which kills the nematodes, root grubs which are present in the soil as well. Once the soil is ready in your container, pat the soil by leveling it with your palm so that there will be no lumps or ups and downs or hardy patches in the container, so it doesn't impact your sowing. So here I have taken ample amount of spinach seeds. So I would like to highlight a issue here. Like whenever you're trying to grow green leaf vegetables, go for high density sowing. When green leaf vegetables are grown in high density sowings, the growth will be very good as well as the outcome, the harvest will be very good. It doesn't impact the yield in any ways because we are growing it for leaf, so it doesn't impact anyway. The plants, though the competition is high, however you will be supplying water, so the competition regarding water will be less, and you will be placing the container in the sun, so that also the competition will be less, whereas there will be slight competition for space. However, since you will be harvesting it in a period of like 20 to 30 days, so going for high density doesn't matter. As you see in this video, you have to sprinkle the seeds evenly onto the top layer of the soil and just apply a little bit of soil, the same potting mix, onto the seed so that it helps in covering the seed from external factors like sunlight, air, birds, etc. Level the soil gently and pat it very gently. Once it is done, and please ensure that most of the seeds are covered properly. You have to ensure it should not be covered in a very thick layer. Just a thin layer of soil is just enough. Once the sowing is completed, you can label the pot with the date of sowing as well as the type of plant you have sown in that pot, and you have to irrigate very well, so that since here we did not soak the seeds in water, since my seeds are fresh, I did not go for soaking. If your seeds are they are 1 year old or 2 years old, soaking is required in order to kill the dormancy of the seed as well as soften the seed layer. Soaking is required. Here my seed are fresh, so I did not soak. So once the sowing is completed, you irrigate it well and place the container in shade. Now it is not required to place in direct sunlight, and within a period of 3 days I can see the seedlings are germinated. I have sown this on 17th of June and this is on 20th of June. The seeds had been started germinating. So within 3 days, as the temperatures are very congenial, In my place, the germination had been very fast. Usually, spinach takes a minimum of 7 days to 10 days to germinate. But whereas here, it has just taken 3 days. But however, the overall germination had taken almost 7 days for me. And if you are preferring for microgreens, this is the correct stage for microgreen. You can harvest it and you can have it in salads, or else you can just make it a puree and you can have it as a spinach juice. If you prefer for a much matured harvest, then you need not go for microgreens. This is 45-day old spinach and this is ready for harvesting. See, the leaf is very healthy. Till now, I did not apply any sort of fertilizer. The only fertilizer which I had given is vermicompost in potting soil and a handful of neem cake. That's enough. And you can see the leaf is very healthy and there are no signs of any sort of pest or diseases. I did not go for any organic sprays. Just I was watering whenever it is required. And I'm not just uprooting the plant from the pot, I'm just cutting off the leaf. So because of this cut and come process, so within a few days again new sprouts will come and I can do this harvest for 4 to 5 times. You can see this is a lot of harvest for me, and I can use this leaf in dal, or else I can directly go for spinach fry, and it tastes really good and it is very rich in calcium and iron. Within 30 days after sowing, spinach can be harvested and it will be a great vegetable in your home garden. Now let us see how to grow amaranthus in containers. This is one of the easiest vegetable to grow in pots. Amaranthus is one of the leafy vegetable which is highly nutritious and is very healthy, containing many types of vitamins and nutrients in the vegetable. So it can be grown in any size of container. The minimum depth should be at least 6 to 8 inch depth, and the diameter can be whatever the size you can grow in it. So here I have taken 2 rectangular pots with a depth of 8 inch. Amaranth seed is so minute, so we need to broadcast it onto the top layer of the soil. That's just enough. We need not worry about the density or the spacing of the seed. And basically, this leafy vegetable can be grown in high density sowings. As I said, for spinach, this is also one of the best vegetable where highly populated pots will give very good yield. It's not required to soak the seeds overnight in water. Directly, you can take the seed and just broadcast it. And since the seed is very minute, the germination can be seen in a period of maximum of 2 or 3 days. Here in my 2 rectangular pots, I have gone for very high density sowings, and I am doing it intentionally because I need more plants in a very limited space. That is my main agenda, to get more plants out of little space. So the leftover seed is being just broadcasted onto the top layer. Here I'm not covering with any top layer of the soil since the seed is very small. It's not required. Moreover, the germination will be very fast, so it's not required to just cover the seed with soil in order to protect it from external factors. Once you are done with sowing, what we have to do is we have to ensure that the seed is scattered all across the pot. In order to attain that, just run your run your fingers lightly so that the seeds will be scattered evenly onto the all sides of the pot. And once it is done, irrigate well the pots, and we have to ensure that proper moisture should be maintained all across the growth of the plant, because majority of our green leaf vegetables, 70 to 80% of our green leaf vegetables contain water. So the green leaf vegetables require more water for its better growth. So there should not be any sort of dry spells for the plant. And in a period of 2 or 3 days, you can see the germination. Since I have put it in shade, the seedling seems to be a bit leggy, but it doesn't matter. Once all the seeds are germinated, I'll just move it into direct sunlight, and the legginess or the the thinness of seedlings will be corrected. Once all the seedlings are germinated, you can move it to sunlight, and within a period of 20 days, you can see the growth of the plant. Here I did not apply any sort of fertilizer before sowing the seed or else during the plant growth. Just I was giving water once in 3 days, and on 17th of June I have sown the seed, and within a month, exactly a month, the plant was ready for harvesting. You can see in 2 pots. And as I said, for spinach, amaranth also can be grown as cut and come process. You can just harvest the plant to the base of the stem, again by giving some fertilizer, organic fertilizer, and some water regularly. Again the plant will regrow and give you a cycle of 5 to 6 harvests. It will give up to 10 harvests, but the quality of the plant, the quality of the leaf will be reduced. The leaf gets fibrous as the more number of harvestings goes on. There are no major pests for these leafy vegetables, but in case if you see any sort of leaf miner or else leaf eating caterpillar, you can spray with neem oil, since it's organic and it is safe, so there will be no problem. But please ensure a minimum of 2 or 3 days of interval between harvesting and spraying of neem oil. And I started doing harvesting on exactly 17th of July, which means 1 month after sowing. So as I said, here I am just cutting to the base of the plant and leaving the bases. I'm not uprooting the plant, so that I'll be getting another cycle of harvest in a period of 10 or 12 days. For my second round of growing the plant, I'm applying my homemade organic fertilizer, which is 18, 16, 14 of NPK. I had taken a handful of this fertilizer and I'm scattering all across the pot. As this is completely organic, so there will be no sort of damage to the seedlings, young seedlings. And also to the second pot also I'm applying the same quantity. As I had said in my previous video on how to make this organic fertilizer at home, I have mentioned this fertilizer not only contain the macronutrients NPK, it also contain traces of micronutrients also, which are very useful for the plants to grow. Once you had broadcasted the fertilizer, please ensure the fertilizer is not settled on the plant. If it is settled, just water it. And as a thumb rule, after every fertilizer application, you have to irrigate your plants so that there will be no sort of any adverse effects on the plant. So once I had applied my organic fertilizer, in a period of another 10 days, you can see there is a new growth. Since as I said, it's cut and come process, so you can see there is new growth, and you can see there is no sort of nutrient deficiency or any sort of pest and disease pressure also. The plants are very healthy, and I can ensure in a period of another 1 week to 10 days, I can harvest the second cycle. And by this, you can harvest till 5 cycles or 6 cycles. That's sufficient for the plant. And this is very easy. As I said, growing green leaf vegetables is very easy. It can be grown in pots also. So friends, try to grow your green leaf vegetables at home, and it is 100% organic. Thanks for watching the video, and please don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching, friends. Have a nice day.